All right, yes, I was saying. So last week, I posted some setups on the Telegram channel. We took a trade on GBP Is it JPY or CHF and then one other pair. If you made money last week using the trade setups, type in money in the chat box. If you made money using the setups that was posted on the group, type in money. Okay. If you did not make money, type in good. Mr. Samson made money. Mr. Ola made money. Mr. Fizz made money. All right. Awesome. Who has made money, guys? If you did not make money, type in almost. Type in almost because very soon you start making money. Okay. If you didn't make money last week from the forex market, type in almost. But you saw the analysis and everything. Type in almost. Mr. Peter K made money. Awesome. You know, there is somebody, I don't know if he's on this particular webinar. Mr. Adenola, are you on this Zoom? Are you online? Mr. Den, let me type in. Okay. Mr. Adenola is actually trading a prop firm account. He has access to $3,000 trading accounts. And then he was able to grow his account by I think like 10% last week. Okay, using what we have. So he made like $300 last week, you know. So it's amazing that people actually, you know, leveraging on the education and the setup as well, and then they're making money. Okay, so I'm doing this to inspire some people that you are still on the fence or like you're not taking this thing serious yet. For the same access that you have access to right now, there are people that are using it to make money. Okay, but you are not using it. Right. So if you're on this Zoom call and then you're not making money right now, it is entirely your fault. Okay. Mr. Ibikule Ibrahim, my group link. So let me just type it on the chat box real quick. sobiokunuga.com. My group link. So how do you get access to this Zoom if you're not on the group? So I posted it on the chat. So just check it out. Now, Mr. Moneyman Exchange, are you on this Zoom? Moneyman, if you are here, say hi. Oh, Mr. Augustine Sampson, are you Moneyman? Okay. All right, good. So you were asking a question on the Telegram. So let me just quickly show you. So this is on this left-hand side. These are all the tools I have access to, right? So when you put your cursor on each of these tools, you see an arrow. Okay, so this first one, you see it's trend line tools or something like that. So in the front, you see an arrow. So you click on it, you'll be able to see all the different things. So this is for the trend line, you know, arrow. Likewise, every other one as well, they have access to, you have different, so these are the two. So just put your cursor on any one of them, you see a tiny arrow, and then that'll give you to more tools in that category. All right, so I hope that answers your question. All right, good. So somebody said AUD USD, so let's quickly check out AUD USD. AUD USD real quick. All right. AUD USD, where's AUD USD? All right, good. So the major reason why we are doing this weekly training, like I said, is not for me to prove that I know how to trade. All right, it's for everybody here. The goal is to ensure that we are carried along. If you have any questions, you can come on these Sunday sessions and then ask a question. We can unmute you and then you ask a question audio. If your question will require you sharing your screen, if you are on a laptop, you can signify, I'll give you access to share your screen, and then you can talk as well so that you ask your question properly, and then we can all learn. So it's a Q&A session, and of course, market analysis and overview as well in preparation for the new week. All right. So like I always tell us, if you have gone through the education on the on the library, there's no way you will not have questions. Okay, there's no way you start practicing and then you don't make some mistakes. You want to get some clarifications, right? So that's the essence of this Sunday meeting. Okay, it's an investment to ensure that everybody is carrying along, so that you don't blow your account anyhow. So you are properly informed as to how to trade properly. All right. So this is AUD/USD. So where do we start from to do analysis? We start from the monthly chart. Okay, by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat box. Or if you want to ask questions via audio, just signify on the chat as well. So I'll meet you and then ask a question. So as always, you want to start from the monthly chart or weekly charts. Now, why are you doing that? Just to have a general overview, of this particular currency pair, of price action, of price movement, of the order flow on that particular currency pair. All right, you want to trade in sync with the trend, or like the market direction, right? So looking at this particular guy, AUD/USD. Now this is a monthly time frame. What would you say this guy is doing? Is this guy on an uptrend or a downtrend? Just a broad general overview. Is it on an uptrend or a downtrend? Anybody? Downtrend. So yeah. Can somebody help me set up Mr. Ibikule Emmanuel, Mr. Ibikule Ibrahim? Just send me a personal message and show him how to set up his audio. I think he's the one. All right. So it's on a downtrend. All right. Good. So as you can see, this movement here. Okay, so this is the order flow, guys, the downtrend. And then right now, we are seeing price respected this supply zone, and then now price is continuing down. So because price is in a downtrend, if this downtrend will be respected, that means this low is going to be broken. So price is going to form a higher low. Where is it? Okay, it is downtrend with respect, I mean, price will still come down to break this previous low to form a new low. All right, so possibly we are still expecting price to come all the way down to form a new low here. All right, and then we are seeing something on the monthly chart here for AUD/USD. Okay, so the next possible demand level is this area here. You can see it, drop, base, rally. So somewhere around here is the next demand level. So if price will get to this lower low, that means it has to break this demand zone. All right. So price might also get here, and then we see a change in momentum, a change in direction. Okay. All right. So there'll be a change of character here. Right. So, but we don't know yet. All right. So let's go to the weekly charts to find a possible setup. So this is the weekly chart. On weekly as well, price is still giving us a downtrend on weekly. Likewise on daily charts, price is still giving us a downtrend. Now check this out, guys. So we are on a downtrend on monthly, a downtrend on weekly. Daily is giving us a downtrend, and we are seeing this move here. Okay, you can see this impulse, right? And then we are seeing price come back up. So possibly there's a possible setup here that I'm seeing, right? So this right here is a demand, a supply level in the market over here. So we might expect price to come up a bit into the zone. And then when price gets into this supply zone, we want to look for sell setup, right? To move the market down. Remember that on on the monthly charts, we saw a demand zone. Remember, on the monthly, we saw this demand level. Excuse me. We saw this demand level. All right. So possibly this move that we saw here on the daily might want to push price into this demand level. We don't know yet. All right. So let me show you properly. All right. So we are expecting price to tap properly into this supply level. And then when price gets here, we want to look for a sell setup. Looking for a sell setup here to sell it all the way down into that demand level. So what do? You just come down here and then set your alerts, add alerts, so that when price gets to that level, you'll be notified, and then you start looking for your entry. All right. So my internet is messed up. I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can do that again. I'm gonna add an alert somewhere here. Add alert. Good. So if you're using the free version of TradingView, you can only set alerts on, I think, one pair. All right. So you might need to subscribe to the premium to set alerts on multiple pairs. All right. Okay. So for TradingView premium is about $15 every month. Okay, that might be your investment. Anyways, you know, forex trading is a business, and then so if you're going to subscribe to it, count it as a business cost. Okay, which is just $15 monthly. All right. So Mr. Fizz, I think you are going to ask for AED USD, right? So this is set up for AUSD. So let's see if there'll be a setup that we can use to buy into the supply zone. Let's go to 4 hours. All right. So this is 4 hours on price. As price still needs to get into this supply zone here. Okay. Now we can see this is a move here. You can see the move down. Blah blah blah. Okay, so if price should break this zone with a strong force. Okay, so we might see something like this. Price go here, or come down a bit here, go down, and then come up, and go down. All right, so you might see that. But we just wait. Okay, so there's no setup for me here, Mr. Fitz. So I'm waiting for price to get into the supply zone based on the order flow on the higher time frame, which is the daily time frame. So daily has told me that there is a supply zone here. So I'm waiting. Okay, so price has already formed a higher high here. Okay, which has indicated some sort of a change of character here. The trend has been broken here. Now, a higher price has broken this high here. So, which might be an indication of a change in direction. All right, so which might push price into the supply zone and then sell. So I'm waiting for price to do this, or if price should come up a bit, this would be a zone to buy. This is a demand zone here. So this is on the 4 hours. Here, drop base rally. So if I see something like this, price did not hit that supply zone, but price it came and broke this. Price broke this zone properly. You can do this. Come to this demand zone, come up here. When price gets here again, we'll find a sell setup, and then we'll sell it into that monthly demand. Okay, is that clear, sir? Mr. Fizz? All right. So we are waiting for that to happen. Any other currency pair you want us to check out, guys? Okay. Let us check out gold for people that trade gold. Who trades gold here? Type yes in chat box. Who trades gold? Anybody? Papilo trades gold. Okay. So let's check out gold real quick. Last week I showed us the projection for gold, and last week we said that gold was going to drop, right? Okay. So gold is on a general uptrend, right? As you can see, it's overview market is strong, all right, strong. And now we are currently seeing a corrective move, all right. Now for price to pick up again, now this is based on the monthly chart, guys. Now for price to pick up again, to break this high point here, price has to pick up from a demand zone, no two ways about it. So this right here is a monthly demand over here. Okay, you can see this drop based rally. This right here is a monthly demand. All right, so somewhere in this zone, is where gold is going to pick up for a strong bullish move that is going to break this this previous high. Somewhere in this zone, because that is a demand zone on the monthly. Okay, that's a huge demand zone. And then if you are also looking at liquidity, where liquidity is here, you can see liquidity here. Okay, we have some sort of equal lows here. So this move, and we all know what liquidity is, right? And the concept of liquidity, right? For market makers to move the market up, okay, they must see sellers. For them to move the market down, they must see buyers. So there are a lot of stop orders here. There are a lot of entry orders here. There are a lot of pending orders here. Okay, so for them to move the market up, they need to sell to take out liquidity. Okay, and then you can see this liquidity is very close to this demand zone that we drew. So gold still has a long way. Gold is going to go down to take out this liquidity, come properly into this demand zone before firing up. All right. So you do yourself great good if you are looking for sell setups on gold, not buy setups. Right? You are looking for, the best is to look for sell setups on gold right now, because the momentum right now is sell to take out liquidity. Now gold is still going to buy greatly, but they need to sell the market, take out liquidity, come into this huge demand chunk here. There's a huge demand zone here. Price needs to come into this demand zone. Once they do that, when they've taken out a lot of liquidity orders, then the market will start trending up. Okay, so that's for gold. Let's go to the weekly chart to get a clearer picture. All right. So on the weekly, hold on, sorry. Yeah. So on the weekly chart, we have this move right here. We already know that price is coming into a demand zone. So this is a demand zone somewhere around here. All right. Now on the weekly, you are seeing a small substructure here coming down. Okay, price is trending down on the weekly. Okay, so you do yourself great good to continue selling. We can see the liquidity here. This liquidity here. Guys, there are a lot of liquidity orders here. Price needs to tap into this liquidity to take out liquidity, to take out guys. So price will take out a lot of orders here, tap into the demand zone before going on the way up. So let's look for sell setups, guys. Sell setup only. That's the best bet for gold right now. I won't even lie to you. So now on the weekly, this is a supply zone, rally-based drop. Okay. So possibly, we don't know when, we might see price retrace into this zone. Okay, and then we sell it here into that demand zone. Right? Let's go to the daily. Okay, because right now, price is respecting this supply zone. This supply zone, price is coming from a supply zone. And truly, before price starts retracing, it must meet a demand zone, because it's only when price gets to a demand zone that you see a change in direction or a little bit of correction. All right. So we don't know exactly when this downward move is going to end yet. Based on the daily chart, based on the weekly, price is coming from a supply zone. All right. Good. So best bet is to continue looking for a sell. So let's go to the 4 hours and see if you can get a sell set up. All right. So we are seeing this here: impulse, correction, impulse. Okay, correction. All right. So now this is what 4 hours is telling us, guys. We are seeing the same downtrend on the 4-hour chart. Now, what can we get from this guy here? This is a supply zone. So on 4 hours gold, if price should retrace into the zone, okay, it's a very good place to look for entries for sales on the 15 minutes chart or the 8 minutes chart. All right, and then you sell it all the way down. Okay, you are taking entry based on what the higher time frame trade is telling us. All right, so price is telling us on all time frames, on higher time frames, that price is in a downtrend. All right, so we are looking for a continuation move for that downtrend to sell into that demand zone. So Papillo, so I'll wait for price to enter this supply zone, and then I start looking for sales. That's if I'll take gold. All right, is that clear? All right, good. So let's check out CHFJPY was asked by Comfort. CHFJPY. CHFJPY. Okay. So let me delete all of this. So let's start from the monthly analysis on CJ. So CJ on monthly, what is price doing on monthly? Price is in a strong uptrend on monthly, right? Price is in a strong uptrend on monthly, right? As you can see clearly. Let's go to weekly. Okay, weekly, you can see it as well. Very, very strong uptrend. All right. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction, correction, impulse. Strong uptrend. Okay. Now, the next possible, so this is step 2 is on your checklist is what? Your break of structure. This right here is your break of structure. So based on the weekly chart now, if we are to buy anything now, we should wait for price to come all the way down into a possible demand level. All this is on the last down move. So this the demand zone. So when price gets into this zone, we can look for a continuation move onto the top side, or Price does not respect demand and supply every time. So we might violate this demand. Okay, see a change of character here, trend change here, trend change here, and then what else can we see? We'll now see a retracement, and then price will change direction. Okay, but I doubt if this guy is ready to go on a downtrend yet. So price, the bullish trend is very, very strong. Okay, on the weekly. So let's go to the daily chart and check out what we can enter. So CJJPY, what else can we enter? So on daily charts, can you see what's going on daily charts? On daily charts, we've seen some form of violation of the trend. You can see from here, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, right? You can see this small corrective move here, impulse. And what did price do? If you observe, you see that price broke this higher low here. Price broke this higher low here. Okay, so now when price violates a trend, when that means there's a possibility that the trend is about to change. Normally, if this zone was not broken at all, if it is respected, that means we might be seeing a continuation of that uptrend. But daily structure right now has given us a clue. Okay, there's been a violation of this higher low. Okay, some people would call it a change of character. All right, so possibly now when this happens, we have to spot a supply. So this is a supply zone. Okay, impulse rally based drop. So this right here is a supply. Okay, if we take the week as well. Good. So price right now is in a supply. Price is in a daily supply. Price in daily supply. Now, when you check out what's going on the monthly, when you check what's going on the monthly, you see that this was the previous high here. And then with our concepts of market structure, what do you know about market structure? When you see an impulse move, a corrective move, and another impulse move, possibly the next move is a retracement, and then we continue. So on the monthly, we are seeing an uptrend, okay, but we don't know exactly when the corrective move is going to happen. But how do we know? What gives us a clue of the next possible move on the higher time frame is what the lower time frame is doing. Remember that before anything happens on the higher time frame, you would have gotten clues on the lower time frame. You would have gotten trend change on lower time frame before any major move happens on the higher time frame. So now the daily chart. So we know that on the monthly chart, price is kind of due for retracement, but we don't know exactly when it's going to retrace. But on the daily, we are getting some form of idea that is telling us possibly that price might be due for that retracement. And what did we see? We saw a break of structure here. This is a trend break. Okay, and then price is retracing to a supply zone. And then what does supply do? Supply, we sell at supply. Okay, because there'll be a lot of sell pressure here at supply. So possibly now at this supply zone, we might see a strong move that will move price all the way down. But we don't know yet actually. Okay, so if we see an entry for a setup here, we'll take it. Let's go to a lower time frame to see if we can find something to trade. Lower time frame, let's go to the 8 hours chart. Now, on the 8 hours chart, what do we see? On the 8 hours chart, okay, we'll do that next. GBJPY. We are seeing the same trend: impulse, correction, impulse. Okay, we are seeing the break of structure here. This move, price has violated this. Okay, and now price on 8 hours. This is supply zone. You can see value-based drop. This move is a supply zone. So price is back to a supply zone on the 8 hours. Okay, you can also see the trend here: impulse, correction, impulse. Let me delete this one so it doesn't confuse us. So on 8 hours, we have seen a confirmed downtrend, okay, which might give us an idea as to the corrective move that's going to happen on the monthly chart. Okay, guys, if I'm making sense to you so far, type in yes. Let me know if you are clear about this analysis on CJ. If it's clear to you so far, type in yes. Let me know if you are following. Comfort, is it clear? Okay, yes. All right, good. So now we are seeing a trending on the 8 hours. Price is in a supply. Price is in a supply zone. Okay, so this supply zone might hold, it might not hold. Okay, it might hold, it might not hold. If this zone does not hold, this is another supply zone here. All right, this is another supply zone here. So if we see price break this zone, definitely we'll see a reaction here. Okay, but right now let us work with what we have going on here. So here is a supply zone. Okay, so we're expecting a sell. Let's go to the 4-hour chart to get more clarity about what's going on this time. Okay, so the 4 hours is also telling us a story, right? You can see price also on the 4 hours. Okay, and then we are seeing a lot of indecision going here. Okay, you can see that price took out this liquidity in that same supply zone. This is liquidity here. Okay, because there are some people that would have tried to sell here as well. Okay, you can see price tricked them into the market. So when people saw this doji and this move here, they would have sold, right? But price broke liquidity. Okay, took out people's stop losses. Okay, creating momentum to sell this pair. Okay, so this is also a swing liquidity here. So for all we know, price might still do this, come up a bit, and then go all the way down. Or from here, price might just keep going down from here for the beginning of this week. All right. So if we are saying that price is doing this on the 4-hour chart, price is on in a supply zone. So if we go to the 15 minutes, can we see a reason to enter this pair of 15 minutes? Let's see. Okay, on 15 minutes, you are seeing also this impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. All right, we can see price doing this already. Okay, so this is the break of structure here. Okay, so there's also been a violation on 15 minutes. Okay, and then price is back into the supply zone. So with all indication, we are looking like price is bound to sell on CHF-JPY. All right. So we can enter this trade. As a matter of fact, I already entered this trade on Friday. Okay, but we don't win every trade, so we might enter and the price goes against us. If price should go against you, it does not violate your analysis. So far, price is still in that supply zone. You still keep looking for sales. Okay, so if price goes beyond that supply zone, you reanalyze and wait for price to enter the next supply zone, and then you look for entry. It's as simple as that. Okay. Comfort, is that clear? Is that clear? All right. So let's check out GBJPY real quick. GBJPY real quick. GBJPY. Okay. GBJPY. So let's go to the monthly chart. Who asked this question? What can we see price doing on the monthly, guys? On GJ. AY, we've done gold now. AY. I can't do gold again. On GJ, what is price doing? Okay, Johnson said downtrend. Who else knows what's going on here? Is this a downtrend or an uptrend or a sideways movement? What do you think is going on here? Jonathan said up. So let's check it out. Impulse, correction. Okay, general. So the uptrend on the monthly is not established yet, really. Okay, it's not fully established yet because we just saw this break of structure here. This chain of character, and then price retraced. So we're waiting for a higher high to form on GJ. So it's not fully established yet, but we can see some movement here on the current market price. Okay, what price is doing. Let's go to weekly chart and find something to trade. So on weekly, price is very much in an uptrend. Okay, uptrend. I like to do this because there are times that we need it to get clarity on market movements. Okay, so we are seeing this. So price is doing this. Now, if you go to the daily to be more established, you see that chain of character. On daily, we are seeing this move happen. Impulse, correction, impulse. All right. So you can see this break of short. So these have violated the trend. So we are seeing that chain of character here. The trend violation of that uptrend. And then price has gone back into that supply. And then now we started seeing price come all the way down here. All right. So we're going to make sense of this shortly, but just follow the other flow on this guy. Price, the supply zone is in control on GJ based on what we have on the daily chart here. All right. So price is being controlled by the supply. We have seen a break of structure, a chain of character. Okay. Let's go to the 8 hours chart. Okay. If supply is in control, that means the sellers are in control right now. All right. And then we are seeing this move happen in the week here. impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction. All right. Now, if you look at this closely, price is in a supply. Price is in a supply. All right. Price is in a supply zone on the 8 hours. You can see price was in this supply zone before, came here, it took out liquidity. Okay, so if you go to the 4 hours, what are we seeing on the 4 hours? Also in 4 hours. Okay, same thing. The supply price is very much in this supply zone. Right? This supply zone has not been violated yet. This zone is a supply zone. So you are looking for sales, guys. Okay, because the sellers are still in control, it's still in that supply zone on the higher time frame. All right. So when you go, let's go to the 1 hour chart to a lower time frame and look for the sell opportunity. Okay. We are seeing this move up. All right. I'm not seeing anything to sell yet because I've not seen a change of character or like a break of structure on the lower time frame yet to inform me that a sell is about to happen. All right. So nothing yet. So based on your 1 hour chart, this is the higher low. So if price should break this higher low, for example, okay, you're waiting for price to retrace into this zone or somewhere here, and then you sell it. But price has not done this yet, okay? Because on the 1 hour, the trend is still very much bullish. You can see it. Okay, this higher low was expected. Okay, price didn't break it. So that means the trend is still very much up. So we might continue seeing a move to the upside yet. Okay, this is a lot of liquidity. This liquidity here, you can see here. You can see all these equal highs here, equal highs here, equal highs. This is money that needs to be taken out. Okay, and then maybe the sell will happen. Okay, so for all we know, price is in a supply zone, okay, but still trending up on the 1 hour. This is also a mini structural supply on the 1 hour. Price is here. So we might see price tap into the supply zone before we start looking for a sell. Okay. Remember, this liquidity here, this liquidity needs to be taken out. Okay. So once price does this, the sell might start happening. Okay. Is that clear? So I'm not seeing any setup yet on GJ. So let's see if we can buy into this supply zone. Let's go to lower time frame. Let's go to 15 minutes chart. Okay, honestly, you know, when I see something like this, I'm usually not interested because price is moving kind of sideways on this guy. Lots of back and forth movement. Okay, a lot of mitigation happening. I don't like this kind of movement. Okay, this is liquidity being created. There's some kind of equilibrium in the market here right now. Let me hold on. Let's delete this. I want to show you something. Okay, so price orders are being filled here. You can see price moving in this zone. So there's a zone here. Okay, somehow here. So really, for us to know what price is doing, it is either price breaks. This is the zone somewhere here. Is either price breaks properly above this zone or price break below this zone before we know exactly what price is doing. Okay, I don't like this up and down movement. Now, this move here is creating a lot of liquidity. A lot of traders would have either put buy orders here or put sell orders here. So we don't know exactly what price is going to do. will price take out this liquidity or this? Okay, price might take out both liquidities. Okay, that's the market makers. So, but because we know from the higher time frame, supply and demand on higher time frame, the next supply level on the higher time frame is at the top here, somewhere here. So you want to wait for price to get into the zone and then start looking for sell setups. Of course, you can see there'll also be another liquidity grab here, okay, which will help the price, the direction change, okay. So nothing yet on GJ, so it's just for us to wait for price to do its thing. It's very, very good for us to get a very, very clear setup on anything that we want to do, okay. You want to enter perfect setups only, okay. Is that clear? Who has that question? Is it Comfort or Papillo? USD CNH. Okay, this is the Mirror Computers. USD CNH, the Chinese one. Okay, we'll do USD card next, and I think that'll be the last for tonight. So let's check out the monthly chart for USD CNH. Okay, so what is this guy doing, guys? Who can tell me what is this an uptrend or a downtrend? Okay, I'll check it next, Mr. Fitz. Is USD CNH on an uptrend or a downtrend? Sideways, up, up. Sunset downtrend. Okay, so let us check it out. So this is price, impulse correction, impulse correction. Okay, so price is in a downtrend actually. Not an established downtrend yet, by the way, but we've seen a break of this. This is the previous higher low. Price broke it. Okay, so this is another break of structure here. Okay, so it's not an established downtrend yet because, of course, you can see price reacting at these demand zones here. All right. So for all we know, maybe on like a 3 months time frame. Hold on, I was a 3 months time frame. Can I check 3 months time frame? Okay, so if you go to 3 month time frame, for example, you see that price is at the demand zone. Yes, it's a goal because you can see based on your 3 month time frame, you can see what you guys are doing: impulse, correction, impulse, then price back to a demand zone. So the next possible place where it might start selling is a supply zone. So on 3 month charts now, the next supply zone is here, somewhere here. So this guy has a long way to go, okay, before selling, really. So you sound like someone doing exchange, all right? So price is very much strong on this guy. So before it sells, I think it's here. So I won't go into details because I think you're an exchange person. So just want to know if you should hold it. So let's check out USD card real quick by Papillo. All right. USD card. Let's go to the monthly chart. Okay, before we do that, let's really check out Mr. Fitz, he said something about the 1 hour. Let's quickly check out this guy. If there's a photo set up on the 1 hour, let me go to 1 hour. Mr. Fitz, I can't see your setup on the 1 hour. Are you on your laptop so that you share your screen and then show me? Mr. Fitz, are you on your laptop or your mobile phone? Okay, it's not responding. So let me do you as a guardian. Papillo, this is for you. So let's go to the monthly to have a broad overview of the market. Okay, so what is price doing on this guy? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go to the weekly real quick because of time. So we are seeing an uptrend on the weekly here, price forming new highs, right? So we are looking for a retracement into a demand zone. So let's go to a daily chart and see where we can buy. So the next demand zone that we can buy this guy is somewhere around here. So we can continue buying this move, this uptrend, when price gets into this zone, and then we'll continue. Okay, if you go to the 4 hours, you can see it clearly. Right, you can see it, Abby. Impulse, correction, impulse, correction. So price will come back into the demand zone, and then you can start buying. So price is not ready yet to be bought. Papillo, exactly. So you want to wait for price to get here, and then look for a buy setup. So that's what I'll do. Yeah, so if price breaks zone, you look for the next possible zone to trade from. Remember, you are trading from zone to zone. Okay, either from a supply zone to a demand zone or demand zone to a supply zone. You only want to enter trade setup at a particular demand or supply zone. All right, because that's the only way you can stay consistent. All right, so let's check out which other pair, guys. Last pair for the night. Last pair for the night. So someone asked a question. Let me quickly check that out. I'm not sure. Mr. Fizi asks, please, can you use one of these pairs to show where one can possibly set stop loss on lower time frame, please? 30 minutes. Okay. So one thing that you learn about trading this way is that it's not a one size fits all. You know, you have to from everything that you've learned, you have to create your own strategy from it. Because trading smart money concept or trading institutional trading concepts wouldn't give you, like, you know, when it comes to economics or the market, you know, most of the time 1+1 is not 2. You know, so you have to be very dynamic about your entry. So you have to figure out exactly what works for you. So let me give you an example. If I can locate where it is, we entered a trade on CHF-JPY last week. I don't know exactly where we entered from, honestly. I can't remember. I don't. Let me see. Let me show you where I put my own stop loss. Can someone help me? The trade that we took. Okay, let me go to. I think I remember this one clearly. Let me check Euro USD. Now, so Mr. That person that asked that question, I think the system that is being taught on the free platform is different from what is being taught on the premium platform. You know, so it is what you have access to that. Okay, first and foremost, let me go back to your question so that I don't take most of our time, because that's Mr. Efizi. Have you gone through the training library on how to take entries? Can you type in a yes or no? Have you gone through the training library on entry techniques? Have you done that? Type in a yes or no. Yes. All right. So in the library, did you see where you should put your stop loss? Okay, above the distal line on the other block that you found. Did you see it? Okay, Mr. Physics. So I'm going to unmute you now so that you just say something. Okay, I think let me get your question clearly. Okay, so unmute yourself and talk, sir. Mr. Gozi, unmute yourself and say something. Okay, Johnson, unmute you now.
I saw it, but a little confused about that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go right now. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson. Yes, unmute yourself now.
Yeah, my question is,
yeah,
when I go to this trading view, there are different pairs. For example, when I search for GBP JPY, I usually see GBP JPY of Oranda.com. I usually see GBP JPY of Forex.com. So my question is, are they the same or they're different, or why are they from different? I don't know, it's companies. I don't know what are they like. I would like an explanation on that.
all right.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So something like this, right?
Yeah.
You are seeing from FXTM, from Rwanda, this. Now, all of these guys are Forex brokers, right? Now, and every Forex broker, they have their own different liquidity provider, you know. So the prices is not the same. It's not exactly the same on every broker. You know, for people that have a bit of experience in sports betting, for example, sports betting, you will see that there are a lot of sport betting companies that use different bookies, right? Now, those bookies don't have the same odds. There are different odds, and that odds is based on liquidity providers and other technical things, right? But the difference in these guys is very, very, it might be insignificant, very, very small, but anyone is fine. Personally, I like Oanda. I use Oanda more because I figure out that Oanda's price is quite better than FXCM and Forex.com. So I recommend that you go with Oanda because it might give you a good price. Okay, things are a bit more standard on Oanda. Exactly. All right, but you can use anyone actually for your analysis. Okay, so these are those brokers that you can use, but we use our Equanium broker that we use is Tentrade. Okay, but Tentrade is not on this place yet. All right, good. All right, so let me quickly answer your question real quick. So now check this out. We are on the 4 hours. So this question is for Mr. Efizi, right? Now we made the analysis and price is here on the 4-hour chart, right?
Yeah.
The 4-hour chart. Now, when you see a setup on the 4-hour chart, they are meant to go to 15 minutes or the 8 minutes, right? To take your entry.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is your order block, right? rally-based drop over here.
Yes.
Good. And then what you wait for? You are waiting for a break of structure. Okay, so this is the break of structure here. Right? So you're waiting for price to break this and then come back into the zone. To the zone, right? So which is your proximal line? So I said you can decide to use the beginning of your proximal line, or you wait for price to get to the middle. You know, it depends on you actually. So if you had entered here, if price was in session, yes, price was in, I'm not sure price was in session here. Okay, this is time for it. You can, so let's say you enter somewhere here short. Okay, so this distal line, I said give it a few pips. So this would have been like your stop loss, a bit above your distal line. Right? So right now you're doing a little profit right now. And then speaking regarding your take profit, I said when you use your Fibonacci, for example, your fibs, okay, from here, you measure it. You can take your profit at 1.272 over here. Sorry. So this can be your TP, this can be another take profit, or you just go to your setup time frame and then you wait for price to get to. Okay, because if you are following this analysis, if this is your analysis, impulse, correction, impulse, and then you are selling here, that means if price should respect this, your setup now for a sell, then price needs to come down and form a higher low. So this can be another tip for you if you are willing to hold it for long. Is that clear, Mr. Fizi?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. So that's it in a nutshell. So this is one way to enter the market. All right. So for people that are on the premium plan, I'll be upgrading the content actually, and then we'll be talking a lot more about some concepts and some new entry methods as well. All right. So we have amazing things that we're going to learn on the premium platform. But Mr. Busy, so what you have access to right now is what people on the premium have access to as well, but to be taken down in a few days from now. So we're going to upgrade the free community, the free videos very, very soon. But thank God you're able to learn it real quick. It's very, very useful. All right. Any more questions before we call it a night? Any more questions? Last question for the night. Hopefully we have one question or not. Okay, no questions. All right, guys. As I see setups during the week, I'll post on the Telegram group. If you have any questions at all, feel free to post it on the Telegram group, and then if I see it, I'll answer the question, or someone else will see it and then answer the question. Okay. Feel free to post your setups on the Telegram channel. Don't rush yourself to enter trade. Only enter perfect setups. Only enter perfect setups. Okay, it's very, very important. And when you lose a trade, losing, like I always tell us, is part of the game. Okay, you cannot be consistently profitable if you don't lose. Everybody loses trades. Okay, it's part of trading. Okay, so when you lose a trade, don't let it affect you. Okay, just take your loss, shake it off, and search for another trade. Okay, and then you'll be fine. If you lose a trade and then you are getting emotional about it, it is because you don't have a risk management plan. Before you enter a trade, know how much you will lose if you lose that trade. So you have to be comfortable with that risk that you're about to take, so that if you lose that trade, it will not affect you. So before you enter a trade at all, know how much you are going to lose, so that if you lose it, okay, it shouldn't shake you. All right. So, like I always tell us, you want to have two accounts. First account that you should have is your normal account. So on that account, you are being conservative about risk. So you are risking a maximum of 5% per trade, maximum 5% per trade. So if you lose a trade now, you've only lost 5% of your account. So for you to blow your account, that means you must lose 20 trades consecutively, which is impossible if you are trading the right way. All right, so that account is there. Second account that you should have is an account that you compound. So that's your aggressive account. So that account you can fund with, let's say, $30 or like $50. Okay, something that you cannot, that if you lose it, it will not pain you. So your goal is to turn that small money into like 1,000 in like 2 weeks or 3 days. Depends on you. So you are being aggressive on that other account. Okay. So, and then of course, when you're losing too many trades, take a step back, go back to your demo, back test, and regain your confidence and enter the market. All right, good. So let's have a remarkable week. May the markets be with us by the grace of God. This week, by the grace of God, it's going to be profitable for everybody. And then I'm going to make money by the grace of God. Amen. So guys, good night, guys. I'll see you on the Telegram community. All right. Cheers.